Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, guys. Like Chuck said, my name is Danny Malouf. I am the Libertarian candidate for... Oh, that's right. Looks like Malouf. It's pronounced Malouf in my family. Candidate for U.S. Senate in Illinois. Like Chuck said, I'm up against Dick Durban, a 38-year incumbent in Congress. And since I started this campaign, I've had a couple of goals. I want to tell you actually about those real quick. The first 3 goals that I've had since this became an obligation for me to run included, well, first off, I'm in it to win it. I grew up wrestling and playing sports and competing, so certainly that is the goal. It's rather unrealistic facing off against Dick Durban and his $10 million machine, but there are some underlying second and third tier goals. And then actually just recently I came up with a 4th tier goal that I'm hoping you guys can help me out with today even. So my second tier goal is to obtain 5% of the vote statewide in Illinois. For those not familiar with Illinois ballot access laws, we have pretty tough laws in place for us to get on the ballot in Illinois. So signature requirements are off the charts. For U.S. Senate, it's 25,000 signatures required, whereas the Republicans and Democrats need 5,000 signatures. For U.S. House of Representatives, like Preston's race and Bill Redpath, who's running in the 6th district for Illinois, the requirement is about 15,000 signatures for Libertarians and about 1,000 signatures for Republicans and Democrats. So in Illinois, we're trying to obtain 5% of the vote to become an established party and make it more realistic for Libertarians to be on ballots across the state, which this year we had a blessing from a lawsuit. Judge Rebecca Paulmeyer ruled that we would have some relief on those ballot access laws, which helped us get over 30 candidates on ballots across the state and county, statewide, and then local districts as well. So the third tier goal that I've always had in place since I began this campaign has been to educate voters, right? I've always been an armchair warrior kind of, talking on the internet about libertarian ideas and values, but never really stepped up to the plate. And like Preston talked about, that's what we need more of. It certainly feels like an obligation. And what this campaign is about is helping people to understand that nearly all of the problems we face today are a result of the government being way too big. So whether it's the lifelong politicians putting special interests over the Constitution, this failed 2-party system that steals 20 to 50% of our money, engages in endless wars, spies on its own citizens, inflates away the value of our money, and has a $26 trillion national debt. So there's all these problems, and kind of unrelated, but that 4th tier goal that I came up with recently is because I got into the movement initially just when I came across Ron Paul in 2008. And yes, he's the, every day I learn about somebody else who came to the movement through Ron Paul and the Liberty campaign for president in 2008 and 12. And in so many occurrences where Ron Paul was talking, he had the crowd talk about, giving him a chant to end the Fed. So actually my 4th tier goal that I just came up with that you guys might be able to help out with is to give me an end the Fed chant in just a moment. Because I want to talk about just some solutions. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but libertarian solutions are required for these authoritarian problems that we consistently see from the failed 2-party system. So of course, we need to bring our troops home. We need to end the bailouts and crony capitalism. We need to repeal domestic spying programs like the Patriot Act. We need to end the war on drugs, stop all foreign aid, follow the Constitution, perhaps some term limits, and then also we need to end the Fed.
End the Fed! Yeah. End the Fed! End the Fed! End the Fed!
End the Fed! End the Fed!
End the Fed! End the Fed!
Thank you, Justin Tucker. You made that happen. So I've accomplished one of my 4 goals. There's a lot of work going forward. I guess I've accomplished the educating people along the way as well, but a lot of work ahead of us on the way to November 3rd. So I do thank you guys for having us, folks from Illinois. Welcome you to check out my website at danny2020.com and then throughout social media as well. So thank you for your time.